Hello my fellow witches, sorcerers, and other magical practitioners. My name is Aiden, and it's been a little bit on this channel, so I'd like to get back to talking about the occult. So, I recently made a black mirror. Actually, a few days ago I made this black mirror, and I want to discuss the black mirror and what it represents philosophically, conceptually, and practically. So for starters, we should actually define what a black mirror is. The black mirror is a form of scrying material that you use to see past the physical reality into the spiritual reality. The black mirror is found all over the world throughout many different cultures. The black mirror is used for a ton of different operations and can be implemented in many different ways. The black mirror that I made was made really simply, very cheaply, and all you really require is a picture frame, some black paint. I used acrylic paint. Some people recommend using spray paint. I don't spray paint. I also can't spray paint on campus. And that's really all you need. Like a paintbrush, obviously, if you're acrylic painting. But you just layer down the back side of the glass with black paint, and then you put it back into the picture frame, and you're all done. You want to make sure that the back is coated in a solid layer of black paint, but other than that, it's pretty simple and cheap and easy to make. You can add other things onto the mirror. You can add various sigils, you can add various names of spirits around the central frame, but that's pretty much all you need to do. And this can be done in paint or ink or whatever form of writing material you have. Now, the Black Mirror seems very simple, but it's very complex philosophically, because it represents the veil between. It is our way of peeking past that veil as well. The Black Mirror is a gateway, it is a passageway to see into that which lies beyond, and to bring forth images out of the abyss and out of the primordial waters. These images come to mind and they allow us to see into whatever it is we need to see into. It can be used for telling the future, it can be used for divining information, it can be used for a plethora of ideas and thoughts and needs and goals. The Black Mirror serves as a tool for the practitioner to understand the spiritual in a visual sense. Tarot works on pre-made correspondences, and while you can understand them in a personal way, it's less freeform, whereas with scrying, you see specific symbols that are tied to who you are, and that stand out to you, and they make sense to you. You see these things unfold before you, and you can see all of the supernatural world playing out before your very eyes. It's quite beautiful, really, and it's really interesting to see all the different ways that you can implement it. For example, I mentioned earlier, it can be greatly used for divination. Divination is a fantastic usage of the Black Mirror. You can scry into it and you can see into the future. You can see questions answered. You can also use it heavily for spirit work. You can conjure angels, demons, aerial spirits, gods, goddesses, local spirits, whatever it is that you need. You can conjure them into the mirror so that they can appear before you in a visible and effable form. You'll be able to look at them and gaze upon them and see them in there. And they can provide answers to you in that in that modality. When you look into the Black Mirror, you're able to go beyond just a simple divination. You're able to actually gain deeper understanding through that. You can actually see these things before you. It's quite the experience to have, and it takes a lot of time and skill to get good at it, but I thought I would never be able to scry at all, but eventually you'll be able to see the faces of the spirit, to be able to see these things occurring about you. Philosophically speaking, the Black Mirror serves as sort of our gateway. It is a mystical tool. It is quite literally the veil between man and God. It is that veil, and we tear it. Because by staring into it, the veil is torn, and we're able to understand it and its mysteries through that tearing of the veil. And it's a very simple tear. It's not like we're completely ripping open the veil between man and God. We're able to slowly peek behind it. We're able to take a glimpse behind the veil and see a few things come forth. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. It's not the fullness of it, though. The Black Mirror is famous also for use in scrying the aethers. Like I mentioned, it's great for scrying the Enochian aethers. It's great for scrying into the various worlds. I assume you can scry into like the nine world of the Norse tree. I don't do anything Norse really, so I know some people will scry into the abyss. They'll scry into various mysteries about them. So that's one way you can go about using it. There's just so many different ways to use it, and to understand it as that veil is very key. It's very essential, and the sacredness of it too. I would not profane the mirror by asking it trivial questions, by trying to glimpse at the things that aren't really meaningful. It's a very important tool. You should use it for spiritual enlightenment, spiritual attainment. Like, that doesn't mean you can't practice. Obviously, you can do practices with like sigil games and like various scrying games, but I wouldn't use it personally for things that you don't. Well, one, things that you don't want the answer for. Like, if you don't want an answer to something, don't do divination for it. Unless you're ready to have that answer that you don't want be a possibility. Secondly, I also wouldn't use it for trivial things, for trivial matters. It's just something I personally wouldn't do because it profanes the mirror. It profanes the purpose of the mystical tool. But overall, the Black Mirror is a fantastic scrying tool. I would show mine if it's consecrated, and I feel weird about showing consecrated items on camera. I will show somewhere in this video a picture of my mirror before it was consecrated, because I'm fine showing that. But other than that, I won't be showing my mirror around. Unless you happen to live with me or end up working with me, then sure, you'll probably see it. But the likelihood of that is not super high. Anyways, yeah, that's basically it for the mirror. I hope this was interesting to some of you. I hope it gave you some insight into various ways you can use the mirror. If you want, I can do a video more in depth on scrying itself, and less about the mirror, and more about like how you can actually go about scrying, practicing scrying, and getting better at it. But yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I will see you later. Goodbye.